here I am in the great state of Utah, gonna be driving this Jeep Wrangler today. But this isn't just any Jeep Wrangler. This is the diesel we've all been waiting for with all of the massive amounts of torque. I am so super stoked, so why don't you jump in that right seat and let's go have a little bit of fun. You know, you can worship at the altar of horsepower as much as you want, but for me, the emotion is all in the torque. This 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 puts out 260 horsepower, and that's respectable, but 442 pound-feet of torque. Now, when you look at the gas V6, it's got 260 torques, the 2-liter turbo, 295. So, at least on paper, this diesel power plant is the one to get. Now, this is not the same diesel that you'll find in the Ram 1500. That's due to some packaging issues, and you know, the Jeep's got to afford 30 inches of water. You got to make sure that your diesel can do that. But Jeep has assured me that it is a close cousin. The EPA numbers are not out yet, but Jeep expects that this diesel engine should get in the high 20s in terms of efficiency and should have a range of about 500 miles. And out here on the highway, I mean, there is plenty of mid-range punch, and there's a lot of great acceleration off the line. The 8-speed automatic has been tuned to handle all of this torque, and so far today it's done its job admirably in the background with no muss and no fuss. There is a little bit of engine noise that comes into the cabin, but let's be honest, it's not like a Jeep is the quietest vehicle on the planet already, so it doesn't really bother me. And for those of you looking to tow, well, you're still stuck with the 3,500 pounds of towing capability. After all, you still have the same suspension geometry in the back, diesel or no. All right, so here's the thing about torque off-road. Especially here in the diesel, it comes in really low at about 1,400 RPM and remains very, very flat all the way to about 2,900 RPM. So that means that I can go through things that I normally would want to be in 4 low for, I can do it in 4 high. Woo! That was fun. I never would have attempted that in 4 high in a gas-powered Jeep. But this diesel with all of this torque just crawls right on up. Did I get a little bit of wheel slippage? Yeah, sure. Would have been easier in 4 low? Probably, but it still did it. All right, so let's talk math, shall we? So you've got your crawl ratio. The crawl ratio in the diesel is about 70 to 1. Now in the gas Rubicon, it's 77 to 1. So you might think that, well, that's a big problem, right? But really, it's not. Remember, the crawl ratio is just a representation of the torque being multiplied before it gets down to the pavement or the rocks or whatever it is that you're driving on. And it's got to get multiplied through things like the transmission and the differential and blah, 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 and there's all this math and engineering that happens. Now, this has got a 373 rear end, and Jeep did that. They made that concession because they wanted to get better fuel economy. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter that you don't have a 410 rear end like you do in the gas-powered Rubicon because you have so much torque that's getting multiplied, 442 pound-feet of it. Now, you might be asking about skid plates. Yeah, they're all here, and there is a skid plate for your DEF, which is awesome. It's located right behind the fuel tank, so you don't have to worry about punching a hole in your DEF tank because then you'd kind of be SOL'd if you were out on the trail. Now, you may have noticed that I'm talking about automatic transmissions and I'm in the 4-door Unlimited. You might be wondering, is that the only vehicle that the diesel will come in? And the answer, I am sorry to say, is yes. You can only get the diesel in the 4-door with an automatic transmission. I know, it's such a bummer, but Jeep just doesn't feel like the take rate would be enough, so they decided to just go ahead and keep it in what's popular. Which is kind of a bummer. I do wish that we could get this in the manual transmission because that would be amazing. Yeah, buddy! Yo, go, 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 go. There you go, little boo. There you go, little boo. You're the best. Whew, that was close. I almost got stuck. That time I did put it in 4 low and locked it all up. So what's it going to cost if you want a diesel engine in your 2020 Wrangler? It's going to be about a $3,250 premium over the gas V6 or a $4,500 premium over the 2-liter. I know, it's pretty spendy. In fact, this fully loaded Rubicon right here tops out at just over $61,000. Now I gotta get this vehicle for a week. I gotta do fuel economy, and I definitely have to do more off-road. But if you're looking to buy one, you can check your dealerships this December. All right, so let's say you're interested in the gas Wrangler or maybe the 2-liter turbo Wrangler. Don't worry, we've got videos of both those vehicles right here on YouTube. So be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single Jeep video.